Sometimes, all you need to do is to add a comment form to a listing to enable a person make a comment without being in that particular post. Coming up is the explanation of what the submit comment form action of SuperGloo can do for you. Let's go. So, here's a single page with a list of posts. As you can see, this is a listing of posts. Let's come into one of them. See statistics, 2026 measure of growth. As you can see, there are 13 responses here. We can add just one more and call it add just one more. Hit comments. Thanks for your comment. Refresh this. And now there are 14. And there is a new comment saying add just one more, which I am not going to do. Now, let's see how we achieve this. We'll do the first things first. On the Gloo, there is the SuperGloo add-ons. There is Forms extensions, toggle it on. Click on Settings. Within Settings, there is the Submit Comment Form action. Toggle it on. Once that is done, let's create a new listing item, which we've already done with Jet Engine listings. This is the Stats listing because we created it for the CPT called Stats. Now, within the listing, there is what we've created. Let's add a new comment form. Comment. That's impossible. But with the SuperGloo add-on, it's possible. Let's add form. Drag it in. There we go. Let's delete this and this. And instead of message, let's change this to comments. Let's change this to comments. Let's come into advanced and change the ID to comments, just so we can be sure that this is a comment. We copy that ID, we'll use it soon. Let's add a new form field. This time, it'll be a hidden field. And that field, its role, it's just to keep the ID of this particular post. So we'll call it post ID. Let's copy that, we'll need it soon. The default value of this field, because it's a hidden field, has to be the post ID. So we'll click on dynamic tags and click on post ID. Close that out. Now, let's turn off the label because we don't need that. Let's right click here and paste the style I have already made just to make it look a bit decent. Now, we can come into actions after submit and remove email action and collect submissions action. We'll have this new action called submit comment form action from SuperGloo. Click on it and now we have this new item here. The post field ID, let's add that right now. Post ID. The comment text field ID. Comment. Now, let's go into the page where we need to add this listing. Let's come here, type in listing grid. We'll drag it in, we'll add the listing. It's called the stats listing, remember? The stats listing. Click on it. Let's make it one column so it looks a bit better. And now you can see this is the listing of all the posts in our stats CPT, at least some of them. Now there is the comment form. We'll hit update, we'll come to the front end, we'll refresh this, and now as you can see, this is the single page with all the listings of the stats CPT. Now if we click on comments and add a new comment, this time we're going to call it write a new comment. Click on send. This form was sent successfully. Of course, you can edit this message as you always do when you create any Elementor form. Now, let's come into the single page. Let's refresh this. As you can see, this is the new comment, write a new comment. Of course, we've been able to create listings. We've added the listings to a single page with a list of posts. We've created comment forms and added them into each of the listings. And of course, with this, we can do what's normally impossible with Elementor. That was a submit comment form action of SuperGloo. There's much more. Visit gloo.000 to find out. And if you're curious about why we've not asked you to subscribe yet, here is that request. Do subscribe and stay updated, and we'll be back with much more. Bye for now.